Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Mabuhay.
Wait, this has been your second time. This has been your second time, right? Here like for Conquest specifically.
Oh, for Conquest specifically, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
I've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, not our first rodeo.
But
yeah.
for Cory, this is your first time. How's it been so far?
Totally not hot at all. That's not a thing. No, it's fine. Actually, it's not that. Honestly, it's been great. Just weather-wise, I feel like I was prepared for worse, and it's been really nice. So.
It's only been mildly steamy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I can't see ever outside because of my glasses, but that's fine.
They steam up
but your pores have never looked better.
Thank you. I'm making poor decisions here. So
That's one.
Oh wow, you have a pun counter for him?
Today I do.
Oh goodness, all right.
Yes.
Okay. So, can you guys give us can you reintroduce yourselves to the fans and actually like give a single voice line from your characters if that's okay with you?
Sure.
Okay, great. So, you can start, Anne.
Kumusta kayo? Good morning. Magandang gabi? Magandang umaga. Magandang umaga. Hey guys, I'm Yatco. I'm the English voice actor of the Raiden Shogun. It's the Raiden Shogun. That's why you get.
Good morning. Hi, everybody. My name is Ratana. I am the English voice of Miko, and I will tell you this morning, emerge.
I'm Cory Yee, English voice of Gorou in Genshin Impact, and I was told things to say. So I was told, obviously, mabuhay, and also mahal ko kayo. Salamat.
And he's tapped.
And that's everything. That's it. There's nothing.
A+.
You get a pretty solid A- for me for that.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty good Filipino.
That's fair.
Wow. Grading on a curve.
Okay.
Mahal din
We're
kita.
American.
Yeah.
So, since this is a Genshin, panel, and I kind of want to know, since you guys have been playing the game a bit, obviously, not just a bit. I'm pretty sure you guys have been playing it a lot. Who's the sweatiest gamer out of the three of you when it comes to Genshin?
Who knows? I don't
No idea.
know. Who's the? I'm sweaty because of the weather, but also in game all the time. I think I was the first to be AR60 over a year ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah.
I'm
Hi.
this
AR9.
close. I'm this close to AR60. I'm pretty sure by the time I stream again, it'll be AR60.
Funny enough, I'm behind in the story though because
That's
I'm a
true.
slacker.
I'm
I
actually
didn't know I
mostly
was
caught
such a
up.
slacker. But yeah, I'm
I
I'm
still
sweaty.
need a tutorial from you guys to pass Amber's flying test.
That's right.
Wow.
Real shame here, guys. Don't play on a dead iPad.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Do you still mourn that iPad to this day? Because I know you've been playing on like the world's oldest iPad.
R.I.P. iPad.
So for fun fact for everyone else out there, Ratana actually mentioned before that she would play Genshin Impact on the oldest iPad known to man, and there was a tragedy that befell it.
Yes. The day that I was going to be on Anne's stream, I said I would pull for Miko on my iPad while she was pulling for Miko on her gaming system, and my iPad died.
Yeah, it was sad.
It was very sad, and I'm still sad, and the iPad has since been replaced, and I did finally get a PlayStation.
And a Miko.
And a Miko. Actually, I got two of them.
Hey.
So I'm Miko. But yeah, I just haven't had time to play as much, so I need all of your best tutorials about how to fly so I can finally get my flying license and be as cool as all of you.
Do you feel bad about not having the iPad to bring with you?
The iPad?
Yes. Like you can't have it with you right here, right now?
Bye.
That was good. That was really good. I liked the delivery because it just snuck right in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
Like, speaking of help, I know that you have been, giving a little bit of your help because once again, you are literally the sweatiest, not just.
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, how many times have your fellow cast members have asked for help from you?
Not enough. Keep asking.
Cory
Help!
Cory just helped me farm for 4 hours for Anita.
We
did it, and we
ran like 2 domains, like, I don't
Just
know.
over and over again.
Over and over again.
I used up almost all of my fragile resin.
Yeah, we got some good stuff.
We did.
I mean,
Eventually.
Did you feel resentful?
No.
I'ma go.
No.
You gotta just keep trying.
Oh my goodness, but I
But
want to
yeah.
go into the main meat of like voice acting, if that's fine with you guys.
Great.
Okay, because that's the thing. It's such an interesting art to be able to portray a character, right? Not just in terms of like changing your voice or something like that, because like anyone could do that. But being able to portray emotion and become a different character, even if you do maintain the same exact voice, because for example, Anne, you play Raiden Shogun, but that also means you play A.
Yeah.
They're
And
kind of the
Mako, and
same
Mako.
voice. Yeah, oh my goodness. And they're kind of the
She's
same
three
voice.
people in one.
I'm like the Holy Trinity.
She is.
Jesus.
That's blasphemous. Wow.
No. Where are you now? Be careful.
But yeah, like I actually want to go through the thought process for all 3 of you. Like when you looked at your character, when you understood the lore, when you thought to yourself, when you looked at them and thought, oh, I can probably deliver it like this or like that, but was it hard for you specifically, and to like be the same person but not at the same exact time?
Well, I mean, yeah, I have like, there's like 2 voices for her, but like, I wasn't like going back and forth when we were recording. Like, we would do like the entire thing of one voice and then do the entire thing of the other voice, like for that patch or that story or whichever. So it's not like I was having to switch back and forth, which,
But she could if she wanted to.
I could if I wanted to.
That would, y'all.
What a flex.
No, you know, and I think to answer, I think what's the larger question is like, how do you come up with those voices? It's imagination, right? Like for us as actors, we're doing the homework, we take in all the information, but at the end of the day, it's our imagination. What do I think that sounds like? That's really all it is. That's the thing I think that sets us apart, is just the power of our imagination and how we're able to enable that and use that in our acting.
Yeah, and give ourselves permission to play. I mean, how many of you were little kids? We were all little kids.
I hope you
Right?
were all
I hope.
little kids.
I
at
was
one
born
point.
like this.
You were
so-
born like this.
Fully grown
You were
man.
little kids,
Yeah.
you played pretend. Maybe you didn't have the best toys, so you had to make do and you played pretend with stuff. We're just playing pretend. We're just playing pretend, and we're making stuff up in our heads, and then we're just going really hard, just like we're 3.
Yeah.
So much of what voice acting is of course acting over the voice, and attitude is so much more important than an actual voice change, because I could be speaking just in my normal voice like this and that's fine, or you know, I could just be really excited and then just be a completely different person, but I'm not doing anything. That's just still me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
like
attitude
that-
is
but
different.
The attitude is different.
changes everything.
Yeah, and the attitude change is what sets A and Shogun apart. So, yeah.
The general demeanor really does what do you call this, define like the character more than anything, right? And yeah, that's what makes it really interesting, considering the fact that like it's also it's a different beast in a sense, because for you guys have done theater and acting yourselves, and there is no physical show of like what you can do as actors too. You have to like just portray everything within here and here within your mouths.
We
all
still use
up
our
here.
bodies.
Yeah, I mean, like,
We're still moving our hands
Yeah,
and our
that's true.
faces. You
That's
know,
true.
I
you
tell
just don't get to see
you don't get
it.
to see it,
Yeah.
but we have to give the animators and the programmers something to animate.
And our directors help us a
And
lot
our- yeah,
with that
exactly.
imagination. You know, it's not just only us, it's all the collaboration
Absolutely.
with
Yeah.
all the other people who come before us and the people eventually after us.
Yeah,
They
team
collab-
effort.
They collaborate with us retroactively.
Okay, so speaking of directors, your casting director, Chris, he mentioned something. I can't really speak it verbatim, but it's basically, he didn't choose you for the characters chose you. How true does that ring for all 3 of you?
I agree,
I'm so eloquent, wow.
Hang on, I need to take notes.
Yeah, that's what they pay me the big bucks to do. Is,
I think what Chris, because I've talked with Chris about this a lot since the beginning of Genshin, before I was even cast as Gorou, and before Gorou was even a glint in Hoyo's eyes. But like, almost as far as I know, everyone's got a story in the cast where they're like, I didn't know that this was going to be a thing, and then like something resonated really deeply after even not part of the audition. For me, like Gorou has a line about basically trying to do his best even though he doesn't always know the answer, and that's like one of my things that I resonated with. But also, we have the same exact favorite food. So like tonkatsu ramen. Specifically tonkatsu ramen.
I love tonkatsu
not like,
ramen.
Not like, other broth types. Specifically
No miso,
tonkatsu.
no veggie
No.
broth.
No, none of that crap. No, I'm sorry.
Oh
No.
my god, the rest of the ramen community is so mad at you right now.
The salt crowd is going to be
Right?
in arms.
But that's actually a pretty interesting way to see it, because like there are always parts that resonate within you, and speaking of resonating, have there been lines that made you think this person is literally me right now? Has that been a thing for you guys when you guys were doing the recording in the studio?
I mean, it definitely has for Leonie from Fire Emblem, because she's sort of an underdog, and I kind of feel like I'm an underdog too, so I definitely felt that. I feel like with Miko is a little more, she's like the playful side who's allowed to cause trouble, which I was not allowed to do because I am the child of immigrant parents, and they were very strict with me. So I was not allowed to cause trouble or ask questions, and she is the embodiment of everything that is.
Yeah, I think just like Raiden Shogun, I too love a good dessert. True, that really resonates with me, so hard.
Right. I am also an entrepreneur. I will give you that.
Yeah, right, right. No, I think what eventually I was able to kind of hit on with Raiden is she has this, one of her biggest failures is in her response to trauma, in which she kind of just she shuts down and she shuts it all away, and I think we can all we can all relate to that, and I can personally relate to that kind of response of just we're just not going to talk about it, we're going to
just hang out in the plane of
just hang
Euthymia
out in
for
the plane of
600
Euthymia,
years.
yeah, for hundreds and hundreds of years, and only reflecting on just that. That's something I can speak to that, not specifically, but something similar. And that really touched me. That's something that she did that was very human and very, very vulnerable of her. Yeah.
I jumped the gun on the last answer, so pretty much the one I said before.
Yeah.
Where it's Gorou. He always tries his best, because Gorou's not that experienced, just numbers of years wise. But that doesn't mean he doesn't try to have the best heart he can.
Oh, he's so earnest.
Yeah, to try to be good, even if he can't.
And speaking of experience, that's actually this is perfect, because I actually want to talk about your voice acting experiences and how you got to basically audition for Genshin Impact. Basically, I have 3 questions here. What made you start your voice acting career? What did you what do you call this? How did you audition for Genshin? What was your big break? And 3 is, what made you realize, wow, I made it as an actor?
Okay, those are 3 big questions. So let's unpack that. So the first one was, what got you into voice acting, right?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I saw The Little Mermaid, and I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to be a mermaid.
Same.
But you can't be a mermaid because they're not real, unfortunately.
They're not?
No, they are.
Guys, how do I tell
They're
you?
real.
No, they're real. They're real. I've seen them. I've seen them by the bays.
This whole thing seems fishy.
What's the counter now?
I lost count really early on, guys.
The scales are in my favor. That's all you need to know.
Just keep swimming.
But actually, Aladdin for me.
So
We're Disney babies.
We're Disney babies.
But also, when I found out that Rob Paulson, who's a prolific voice actor, was the voice of Yatco and Pinky
Oh my
on
gosh.
the Animaniacs,
Yes.
and then also Raphael, because my
Yes.
brother was running into the room. It's like, do you know this guy? I was like, no. And then it's like, oh, there's a person. And that was cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I think all of us had some other career before
Yup.
voice acting. So it took some time, but I mean, I'm glad we're all here now.
I am
Same.
too.
So yeah, you guys were inspired to become voice actors, even though you kind of strayed off the path. I'm guessing because as you've mentioned, strict parents and immigrant parents and stuff like that. But you probably had that, you know, forensic scientist, entrepreneur, and
General Schmuck, yes.
yeah, sweatiest gamer known to man. So,
But all of those experiences, I think, help us today because you
Absolutely.
can't not have a lived life.
Yeah.
If you want to be like an actor, like
Right.
you have to pull from every experience.
We
And
use
sometimes
everything.
Yeah, sometimes that's from theater and doing all that stuff, but just living life and remembering how those things make us
Absolutely.
feel, and like, because otherwise you're just an actor. You gotta think of all the other stuff.
You gotta touch grass, man.
That's right.
No, never not that.
No, touch it. Touch the grass.
Touch the grass.
no,
I don't
wanna
play a
stay
lot
in
of
my
Dead
basement. I want to stay in my room and play video games all day. But also, yeah. So that being said, like, what was the jumping point for you guys? What did you think was like the jumping point that made you think, I want to do this like all day? Like from when you realized, for example, Ratana, 12 years ago, 11 years ago, that's when you made the
A
jump?
little over 11 years ago?
Yeah, so you decided, oh, I'm gonna pursue this freelancing stuff full time.
I took a class encouraged by a very good friend of mine who's also a voice actor, and I took a class and I realized I didn't suck, and I really liked it. And then I was like, okay, let me take another one and another one and another one, and y'all, it's better than drugs.
Let's not. If you guys are taking a video of this, let's cut that out.
Don't-
It's
I mean,
better than.
I'm not saying do drugs. I'm saying it's better than any like. It's just the best feeling
But
to
it's
know that you
true,
can
like-
perform and perform at that level and be 100% committed, and people believe you and you believe you. Like, what a wonderful feeling to know that you are capable of that kind of a thing, right? So that's kind of how I was like, I have to do this. There is no not doing this. I have
Yeah,
to
you
do
can't
this.
not do it.
Yeah.
That's what one of my mentors said to me. He was like, "You're gonna be fine because you can't not do
Yeah.
this."
Yeah.
Even though it took some time from that point
Absolutely.
when I heard that, it's like, yeah, it's right. Like,
Right.
I can't.
Yep, and I've had friends, because we come from, business, corporate things. I've had friends who say, okay, so when are you going to quit? When do you know you're going to exit? What is exit? I'm going to die. I'm going to
Yeah.
die doing this. I
I
love
exit
this.
life.
Yeah.
And you talked about your mentors, and I know that you kind of started later than Anne and Ratana in the sense. If I remember correctly, in one of the panels that you have done before, you mentioned that you started around 2018.
Yeah, like the end of 2018, I started doing more workshops again, and really put everything into it. Like I dipped my toes in at 2015, and then kind of didn't commit, and then I committed in 2019 and
Yeah.
really went for it.
And that was like stalking your Instagram too.
good.
For business reasons. For business reasons.
There's not much on there.
Story.
So, I noticed you were also doing machinima fan works and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I that's what I started doing. 2017, I was doing YouTube terrible content. It's fine, but
Like, follow, and subscribe, y'all.
Hey.
don't. But I mean, that was exercise. That was playing,
Yeah.
and trying just to do something for myself that I could be proud of. And then I was like, okay, now I can look at the more professional route because I have access to that, by meeting people and whatnot. So.
So I have a question for all three of you. Since you guys have been formally trained in a sense, if people here, I'm pretty sure some people here have considered wanting to become a voice actor. Has that
Who wants to be a voice actor?
Yeah.
Raise your hands.
Who wants?
Keep it high.
Great. Keep those hands up, because I actually am wondering, what do you think is, if they were to choose a workshop to really learn from, what would be that kind of workshop? That would.
There is no one.
There
The-
is no
the one that you can get.
Yeah, the one that you can get
Absolutely.
at the time.
I would say try to not there are some people who are yeah, I'm a great voice actor, just come on to my whatever, do a little bit of research. at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if you can learn to act, that's the most important
Absolutely.
thing. It doesn't have to be specifically voice actor.
Yeah.
Just acting classes.
Just acting classes.
Period.
Right.
Are going to be so helpful.
Like
And
if
I
you've
will-
done nothing at all, like
Right.
any type of acting, obviously I think at some point you should learn some mic technique and all that, but like the tech stuff isn't
Right,
nearly
and
as
figure
important.
out if you like it, because
Yeah.
you might get up there and be like, nope, not for me. I'm just gonna stick to my games. It's great. It's fine.
Yeah.
I saw someone post something. They're like, "How to be a voice actor? First step: buy a bunch of professional equipment." And I was like, "No, don't do that."
That's a good way to waste some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Genuinely, you can record stuff on your phone, and the quality of a microphone on that is good enough to listen to and judge
And learn
yourself.
from, yeah.
And learn from.
Yeah.
Like, take your time. There are
Yeah.
steps. Like,
Absolutely.
you're not gonna jump right into like professional work anyway. So why buy the professional equipment before you're
Yeah, don't
ready?
do that.
Absolutely.
Don't do
Start where you are with what you got. And I will tell you this, if you're budget conscious and you don't have a whole lot of money to get started with, start with an improv class.
Yes.
And I will tell you why. Improv is one of the best skills that nobody ever tells you to have. When you were born, nobody gave you a script for your life. You're constantly making it up as you go along. We are all making it up as we go along. Improv,
She's making up this answer as
I
she goes
am.
along.
Yes, that is correct. That's
Yes,
absolutely
and
the correct answer.
Improv teaches you to listen. It teaches you to brainstorm. It teaches you to use your imagination to its absolute fullest top of your intelligence ability. And it will help you in your day job. It will help you in
In your life.
presentation, in your life. It will help you in your relationships. And it will help you be a better actor.
Yeah. It teaches you to make decisions. To
Yes.
make quick decisions
Quick
on the fly.
choices.
And to be loose.
Yes.
Because you can't just only be stuck with the pre-planned idea because something unexpected will happen.
Absolutely.
You are going to get redirected. And
Absolutely.
if you brought something and the director wanted something else, if you can't like shift over and do that, you're not going to get hired back.
Yeah. We want you to get hired back.
Exactly.
I want to be hired back.
Absolutely.
I would hire you back.
I would
I
hire
felt
you
that.
back.
I felt that. I want to be hired back too. But yeah, like also like with this kind of like since you guys are talking about hiring and stuff and like now that's already like put out there. What kind of tips can you give like since voice acting is a freelance profession? What kind of tips can you give aspiring voice actors, those that have put their foot at the door, but they don't necessarily know their own value yet? What can you tell them? And what do you think is like the best words of wisdom that you can give them once they start with that? Once they start, going into like the freelance world and voice acting.
You never stop learning. You're always learning from every, like there have been professional jobs that like I was at the same studio for like 6 months and then I'm on another project with a new like show and I learned something from
Brand
that
new.
experience because it was
Oh,
a
yeah.
completely different type of character that I'm not like,
Yep.
maybe it's something I didn't
New
want to
director,
do.
new way of process, yeah.
Exactly. And then learning how to communicate. Like that stuff, like it takes time, but like you have to always keep an open mind to learn.
Absolutely.
Patience. Patience
100%.
is one of the hardest things for us to practice, but it is one of the most important things for us to
Yeah.
remember.
This is a long game. There's no such thing as an overnight success.
It's a career.
It's a career. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
I get a question from a lot of my students. They want to know, like, how do I become more confident as an actor? And I will tell you, this is the secret. Listen in. Competence.
Yeah.
Build your competence, and you will get confidence.
Give yourself a reason
Yeah.
to be confident.
Yeah.
Because you know what you're doing. Because if you just throw yourself at it, you might be good, but you don't know, and like just keep like giving
Doing.
yourself-
But you
Yeah.
gotta do the
Just keep
reps.
doing
You
it.
gotta,
Yeah.
just like a basketball player is practicing their layups, their foul shots, all that stuff. You make it muscle memory. You make it set it and forget it. And the next thing you know, you're the Raiden freaking Shogun. You're Gorou.
You're Miko.
I'm who?
Right here, right now.
Oh God, where is she?
And speaking of confidence, is anybody here confident to like ask our panelists some questions themselves?
Yeah.
That arm shot
Well,
right up.
Yes.
Great. Admittedly, we were supposed to screen these questions, but I kind of want to go up to you. Come here. Yeah, come. What kind of question do you want to ask them? Like everyone out here, you guys can start lining up now. If you guys want to ask some questions. All right, go.
Hello, I am Ed.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to ask because people probably are always asking about what's your most memorable like big role, right? Raiden Shogun and Gorou and Miko. What I want to know is there any small role that you have done that's really memorable for you? Like, just a context, right? I always see at the end of movies, right? You see actors being credited as neighbor number 2 or rude classmate, and I know that Cory also voices Draft and
Yes.
and voices a lot of other minor characters in Genshin Impact. So I just want to know if there are any like those small bits, those small characters that really like struck a chord in your career.
Like the beginning of everyone's career is done doing Walla, doing small roles just like that. I mean, like literally, like those are those,
one or two
those are
lines.
those are the paychecks that keep you going at the beginning of your career, man. And even now, like I love going in and just doing.
Those are the
roles.
most free because you just get to be whatever, and then next scene be a different guy.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Next scene be a different guy.
It's it's so much fun and it's totally free. And this is also where your improv skills will help you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because they don't give you a script.
They just
say,
throw it at you.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's so many examples of things that I love there. It's hard to narrow it down.
Yeah.
But I'll start because in Genshin, I started as NPCs. So this TCG event is one of my favorite things that I've ever recorded because I got my hat trick in. I got to be Giraffe, and I got to be Huffman, and I got to be Gorou. They're all somewhere. Who knows?
I love the hat trick.
But like, yeah, it's so amazing to be like all three of those. I'm also the Electro Abyss Lecter. If anyone gets fights that guy. That's me. But my other favorite thing was an entire like 2.5 hour session. It was supposed to be 2 hours. We extended it because we needed more. In the anime Kingdom, I'm a douche in that show. But they were like, Cory, we need more troops to die. So, like the entire time it's like, ugh! You know, and it's literally, I was doing that for every single cue that entire session. Just, Cory, we gotta get you dead more. I know.
The credit says death by Cory.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Sure! You know, that's just the whole time. So that was great.
Fun fact, I dubbed a lot of telenovelas from Spanish to English, like many, many hours. And there was one role, and I wish I remember her name, but she was not a nice lady. And she basically tried to shiv like her daughter-in-law in prison. And then she was like in a coma or like, you know, in like some kind of bad way in the hospital. And so the whole time I just spent like 20 minutes like, I'm gonna kill you, like just chasing all of that. And it was the best. And afterwards, like I was hyperventilating and the director was like, do you need a minute? I'm like, yeah, I'm a little dizzy. It's great.
This is the scariest thing you could
But
ever
they're so
tell
fun.
Gorou. Like, I'm gonna kill you whispering? Come on.
I'm gonna get you. Let me think. I got to work on Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I played I'm additional voices. I'm literally like 15 or 20 additional voices, but there is a mission where you have to go find a bunch of kids around town.
Yeah.
I'm a boy and a girl in that you find.
Yes!
You find me twice in that quest. And I'm also in Crisis Core Reunion as a few characters, and my favorite one is the Angel fan. Because she has a whole arc, you just keep coming back to her, and she's moved on. She's you see her like as a terrible mother, and then she's like part of the fan club, and then after stuff happens, then she's like just dealing with stuff, life stuff. Poor Angel.
Some of those long games, though, they'll have that like weird nameless NPC, and then like in future content, they'll come back.
Yeah.
Like that was me in Lost Ark. They made like a whole thing off one of my characters that said like one line. I was like, sweet, I love paychecks.
It was super memorable.
Yes, I don't remember his name though.
Who?
Yeah.
There.
I thought that was your line.
Who?
Was that good enough for you? That was great. Okay. Okay, how about? Okay, you want to ask a question? All right, hit me with it.
Okay, so you mentioned the TCG event earlier, so I kind of wanted to ask real quick, since all three of your main characters in Genshin were present for the event, how was the experience? I'm curious.
Well, I was excited that I got to like do the card event.
Yeah.
She's a card now. Yeah. I literally haven't played it yet, so I'm really excited to eventually play it and see my own character's card and everything. Yeah.
I'm a great card. My back says draw 2 cards for 1 dice. It's awesome. That's my goal. But like I said, it's been a really great experience, and I just love the TCG stuff. I'm still very jealous that Alejandro got to say it's time to duel.
Pretty freaking cool.
As a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, like, he is too, so he deserves it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's fine. I'm not resentful at all. But
But I
yeah.
mean, his character specifically, like, he loves the game, so it makes sense.
No, I know, I get it.
You can still be jealous. It's okay.
It's
Yes,
fine. It's okay.
So you can always tell it. You can always say it now if you want.
It's time to. No, I'm not gonna go the whole.
No, okay.
Duel.
Yeah.
So anyone else here? Okay, come here.
Hi, I'm just curious because I was born as half Filipino, half Chinese. So I'd
Yay,
like
half
to know.
Filipinos.
I'd like to know since Asian parents have these expectations that you have to be a doctor or a lawyer or those scientific technical courses. So for you, I just want to know how your parents or relatives were able to accept your, since we are in the artist creative career. So I'd like to know how was it with telling them that this is your career, or how did you, how did they accept it?
It took time. Look,
Yeah.
my parents always encouraged me to like take singing lessons, take piano lessons. I was on the drama
Piano's
club. I
a
did all the
technical
music.
skill to Asians, though. It's not a creative form.
Yeah.
But when I was going to college, I was like, okay, well, I guess I gotta go be a doctor. So I have a biomedical engineering degree. But then I was like, I want to go to
so
acting
smart.
school.
She's really
I'm
smart.
kind of smart.
And so modest.
Just a little bit. But then I have an MFA in acting, and convincing my parents that it was okay for me to go to grad school for acting was really just me telling them I was gonna do it, and then telling them I was gonna figure out how to pay it back later. Look, it's about communication. You gotta be able to like, it's a give and take.
Direct
and
and forceful, apparently.
yeah, and at some point you just, if you ask me, like for me, it was just about me telling them I'm gonna be fine. I know how to do it. I can take care of myself, and I did it. It took a long time
Yeah.
to get to this point. I think I started voice acting in like 2011, but I was day jobbing the entire time. And it was just, my parents would always ask me, so when are you gonna go back to med school?
Yes.
So when are you gonna go back to med school?
My mom was still waiting for me to get a day job for many, many
Yeah.
years. I told her when I was 17, I want to go to Broadway and be an actor. I want to be a triple threat. And she said, over my dead body. So I got a few degrees. I have 2 bachelors of arts in business and advertising.
Hello.
I got an MBA. I had a career in marketing. And then I said, I've checked all the good little Asian girl boxes. It's my turn.
It's time.
Exactly.
But it was the same thing.
Yeah.
I know they worry. I know she's going to worry, but I'm just going to tell her, you know what? I got this. I'm smart. You raised a smart girl. We're good.
Exactly.
They're amazing with how much they've studied, and it's really incredible. And I dropped out of community college, so that's
Because
good.
he followed his
Because I went to
Exactly.
film school after that. But even so, my parents actually, I'm 3rd generation, so my parents are pretty American actually. So like my mom even, she did like local commercials. She loved acting, so she's.
awesome.
I think she's actually really proud.
So you're in the family business.
Don't turn me into a nepo baby. I don't have that much privilege. Okay, some, but like, I think that my parents have actually always been really proud that I was able to do this, and my like grandparents and parents paved the way for me to be able to make that choice, and I think they believed strongly in the concept of the American dream, or whatever that means for everyone, just like setting up for your future family and providing for them so they could make a choice. And so I'm very thankful for that. I really don't get much pressure from them other than to, eat.
Kind of
You're
jealous.
too skinny.
You're too skinny.
You're too skinny. Kind of jealous of the fact that, there's no pressure for you. But also, hello, fellow non-degree owner. Yes!
Look, you guys weren't in massive amounts of debt, so good job.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah. Grad school's expensive, guys.
Right?
It's not for everyone.
Nope.
I think we have space for one more question. So, any of you guys?
Make it a good one.
Make it a good one. All right, I see the gentleman in the back. Okay. Come here.
No pressure.
That's so much pressure when you can say that. Hi, I'm Ryan.
Hi.
Hi, I'm from actually Cali. And
Hey.
You're welcome.
What's up?
And I'm actually starting to do voice acting as well. And
Wonderful.
I have this one question, but when you finally decided to pursue voice acting, how did you start gaining connections to auditions, other voice actors from companies to pursue that career?
I mean, it's part connections, like networking. There are sites like, okay, you're in Cali, so like Actors Access, LA Casting, Casting Frontier, like there are casting websites, primarily for like on-camera stuff, but they do voiceover as well.
Yeah.
And I've booked voiceover gigs from
Same.
them. You're just looking for anywhere that has listings. Casting Call Club, Kira Buckland runs it.
Right.
It's a Discord. Go there. It's a great community. They also do auditions. They have like a good place for you to like ask more questions like this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And remember, we said it earlier, it's a long game.
Yeah.
So when you first start out, you're not going to have a lot of connections. But if you get to know all of the people in your class, that's 9 people that you know maybe, right? And then you take another class and that's another 9 or 10 people. And you keep going, and pretty soon you know 100 people, right? It just takes time.
The most important thing for any class is to not think about the connections and the networking and to be genuine about your journey of learning about acting, because not only will people notice that, but you have to stay true to your soul. If you're lying and like, I'm just here to make connections and get something out of someone, no one's gonna respect that relationship.
Yeah.
You just have to be, honestly, like voice acting, there's not space for people who are fake and who are just like, they just don't last long. Like it's just true.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
All right, so that's all the time we have for today. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm pretty sure you guys wanted to hear more from the 3 of them, but they'll be back. They'll be back in separate
We'll be at our
panels.
tables all
We'll
day.
be at our tables all day
You want to
long.
come say hi,
Come
ask
say.
us a question, come
Yeah.
get an autograph,
Wait,
all the above.
and I want to say I learned one other thing in like Filipino, like the dog sounds that y'all make are different from the ones in the U.S. So like we have like our borks and our woofs and that, but I've been told it's like ow ow.
Yes.
So like I wanted that's important for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why
some
that is
reason.
relevant for me.
Yeah. Okay, we have 1 minute left, so you can plug whatever you want here. Where are we going to see you in here for the rest of the days, for the rest of the weekend here in Conquest? That camera, that camera, that camera. Can you tell the audience?
Hey, we're gonna be at our tables at the Quest Market all weekend long, unless we're at a panel.
Or a meet and greet.
Or a meet and greet.
Yes. And then tomorrow, you and I and Adam have a meet zone here next
Somewhere.
door. And
Very
then,
close.
yes, and then we have a voice actor panel on Sunday.
I don't remember what time it is.
But it's in the
It's
schedule.
in the schedule.
Yeah.
What about Cory?
I think my meet and greet starts in like an hour, like wherever that is, very close to here. And
Because you're
then-
popular?
No, because I'm a schmuck. I'm with Sean though.
A
so we'll be
popular
fine.
schmuck?
Schmuck is cool, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, I think I have a panel at the same time, 11, and it's about like niche games and
Niche games,
streaming.
yeah.
And I'm like, I guess I do that.
All right, give it a round of applause, everyone. And Yatco, Ratana, and Cory Yee, thank you so much.
Thank you.